Saturday's match against Newport County has been dedicated to Andy's Man Club and trying to raise awareness for the very important topic of men's mental health and getting men to speak out about their problems. Today I'm joined by Pete Ferlie, who is CCT's Health and Wellbeing Officer, I believe, and Andrew, who is representing Andy's Man Club. So I guess just start off, Andrew, I mean, can you tell us a little bit about Andy's Man Club, how it came about and the work you've been doing?
Yeah, I certainly can. Andy's Man Club started in West Yorkshire just short of 5 years ago after a young man named Andy Roberts, who appeared to be, happy-go-lucky, enjoyed his football at the weekends, enjoyed going out with his friends, etc. And one day, without any sign, signal, or warning, Andy took his own life. As a result, his family had seen, the devastation that had caused, and were basically of the opinion that if Andy had somewhere to go where he wasn't in fear of judgment, he felt comfortable to talk in a safe, non-judgmental environment, completely and utterly confidential, it's likely he'd still be here. So that's what they set about trying to achieve. Now, Exeter City got behind us coming up to 2 years ago now, and our venue for Andy's Man Club in Exeter was actually St James's Park for a time up until the unfortunate incidents of this last year. And have been hugely supportive of us ever since we started down in Devon and Exeter in that sort of area of the world. We've then gone on to become Charity of the Year this year, which is amazing to see, organisations with the reach and the impact of football clubs getting behind us to such a degree. We're now in a position nationwide where we have 45 clubs, ranging from as far north as Scotland, as far south as we say, Plymouth and Devon and everywhere in between, really. And the more guys that we can reach out to and the more people that we can make aware that, as we say, it's okay to talk. You don't have to feel like a weakness, burden or an embarrassment. It's okay to talk. And the more and more guys we can get understanding that and in that sort of mind frame, then all the better for it.
Brilliant. And Pete, for you, how important was it in your role to create that link with Andy's Man Club?
Well, through the work I was doing, it was evident that something like this was needed in Exeter, because all the groups that we were running and just the conversations I was having with the men. And then one day when I came across Andy's Man Club, and I thought, well, that's a perfect fit. It's ideal for what we want, ideal for what the men of Exeter and district need. So we had a conversation and we got going, and I think it was about a dozen guys rolled up one Monday night in the Grecian Centre, and the rest is history. And it's just gone on from strength to strength. I've had some quiet conversations with guys who have come along, and they've just said, wow, this is just absolutely fantastic. It's definitely helped them. And what the good thing is now, they've become advocates of Andy's Man Club, and they're attracting more and more people. Just a shame we're not back in St James's Park, but we will be,
We'll be. We're looking forward to it as well. We can't wait to get back into the ground there. It's great.
I mean, we have a good alternative in Exeter Rowing Club at the moment, but it's not the same. Not knocking the rowing club, but that's our spiritual home for Exeter. And as soon as we can, we'll be back there.
Brilliant, thanks, Pete. Andrew, you guys have provided us with some stats last week, and they're pretty harrowing reading, really. I mean, just the kind of facts and figures around men's mental health. Could you just maybe, explain a few of those?
Yeah, definitely. We've just been discussing this, and on average, a year, it's roughly around 5,000 men a year that are taking their own lives. From the discussions we've just had, we've worked out that was last season's Exeter City's average attendance. So imagine throughout the course of a season, you sat in a stadium full of 5,000 people. By the end of the season, there's nobody there. That's the impact that it's having, and the amount of guys that are being impacted by this, and it doesn't just stop there. There's family, friends, work colleagues, the ripple effect of those people as well that are impacted by each one of those guys feeling that way out. The pain left behind by suicide is like nothing else. So the more people we can impact, and Exeter City are being pivotal in that as far as we were concerned, as far as raising awareness of this and trying to help men, especially in this sort of situation, then all the better. The other interesting thing as well, we've just been talking that it was 92 men a week. There's 92 football league clubs. The comparisons between football, although coincidental, are there to see. So,
I was talking to somebody in Public Health Devon yesterday on this subject, and she is saying that for every woman that commits suicide, 3 men commit suicide. Men between 45 and 54 are the highest percentage of people who will commit suicide. And there's a growing increase, unfortunately, in 18 to 24-year-olds. So I think it's really important that because of the reach that a football club and the community trust have, that we speak out and we say, look, we're here, we can help. You might not want to speak to us direct, but we have our good friends at Andy's Man Club and other people who can help you. And please, 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 don't be proud. Yes, the hardest part is speaking up. Yes, the hardest part is stepping through a door. But once you've done that, you won't regret it. And there are all people who want to listen and will want to help. And I think that's the main message. Anything from this weekend, that's what, there are people out there. They won't judge. They won't preach. They won't tell you off. They'll just be there to support you.
I guess a question for both of you as well. I mean, even the people who don't feel like they're struggling with their mental health, they can all make a difference, can't they? I mean, what are the signs that we should be looking out for amongst our friends, family, just to see, if someone's struggling, just to try and help point them in the right direction?
I think there's, in my opinion, with life being the up and down that it is and the roller coaster that exists, when you are in a perceptive good place, you perceive that you're feeling well, you're feeling happy, you're feeling all these different things. Walking through the doors of an Andy's Man Club could be the best thing that happens to you still. On top of that, it could be the best thing that happens to somebody else because they see your positivity, and positivity breeds positivity. You sharing your story in there and saying, well, actually, do you know what? 6 months ago, I was on the bones of my backside. Here I am now, happy-go-lucky, I've got all these things. That shows somebody that there's hope. That's one of the major things that Andy's Man Club hopes to give people is hope. That the situation that you're in is temporary. The situation that you're in can be changed and adapted and moved on and just give it a try, and if you are in that dark place, then definitely get through that door because, the support that's through those doors, the level of support that guys offer to each other when in a mutually, a sort of atmosphere like that is priceless.
I think if you see someone struggling, and that could be drinking more, it could be new compulsive behavior, it could be they're complaining lack of sleep, they could be hyper vigilant, hyper anxious. Alternatively, they could go very quiet. I think if it's a good mate, challenge them. You'll know how to say it. You'll know the words for that person because we're all different. But don't be afraid. It's either going to go two ways. But I would actually sit down and challenge them, and even offer. If you go, I'll come with you. Do that, or let us know at the football club, and we can help you. We can help you through that door. Once you're through that door, it's not solved straight away, but it's a good start, and it will make a difference. I think it's a case of they're good people. They're good people. They've been there themselves. The main thing is they understand, and they want to help. They want to hold out that hand and help. Something else I would advocate is ask twice. As blokes, we're sort of predispositioned that when somebody turns around and says, "How are you?" Fine. Ask twice. Turn around and go, "Really? Are you? Sure?" Yeah. They might not take that opportunity to speak to you right away. They might not turn around and actually say, "Well, that's the now you've asked." No, I'm not. They might sort of wait 20 minutes and turn around and say, "Well, you asked again. I have been struggling with this a little bit." And as soon as people know that you're open to have those conversations, they're more willing to have them.
I think one thing that we're hopeful that comes from these kind of things and helping raise awareness is trying to break down that sort of what is a man kind of thing, and that it's okay to talk. You're not less of a man if you share your feelings, and hopefully that's when the more people that speak up, the easier it comes, I guess.
Yeah, totally agree, Scott. Totally agree.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess to finish up, how do people get in contact if they want to find out about Andy's Man Club or the Exeter variant of it?
Well, we're on all social media platforms. So you can either drop a message into us via social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. Or alternatively, contact us on info@andysmanclub.co.uk.